Hello everybody and welcome back to my channel. I am Nikki and my channel is called Waikiki Nikki. If you are new here, welcome. I hope you will stay and enjoy my content. In the previous video I was in London with my dad visiting for a weekend, and it was kind of like a small trip, but I will go there next time for sure with my friend or alone. Let's see. But it was a fun time anyway. We didn't do much walking, more of like going with the bus and stuff like that, because my dad can't walk that much. So this is how I prepared for London. So it was practically the weekend that we were going, and of course when you go for a short trip like that you don't need much baggage, but I took a backpack and also a luggage, or like a small carry-on luggage, because I wanted to get some snacks and stuff like that for my friends, chocolates and stuff like that. Like, you know what, let me take that baggage with me, you know. First, what I always check is my travel documents. If I need a visa, or if I need an electronic permit, or like an electronic visa, or any other stuff like that. That's the first thing that I check before visiting the country. First, your passport. Check if it's still valid. So your passport needs to be valid at least for 6 months. Then, of course, the visa. For London, I particularly didn't need a visa because I have a European passport, so I didn't need it. But from the 2nd of April, you will need an electronic permit. It's better for you to check the correct information online. But as I read it, you will need an electronic permit from the 2nd of April anyway. So I had kind of luck that I went in January. Also, another document that would be helpful to have in hand is your boarding pass. Either you download it or print it out, take a screenshot, any of the above. You know, it's better to have a spare. And if your Wi-Fi doesn't work, if your internet doesn't work in your phone or anything like that, you will have a separate thing that you can show at the check-in. What I did is I took a screenshot, I sent it to my dad, saved it, like as I said, as a screenshot, and also downloaded it. The next thing we need to be talking about is packing essentials. What I mean by that is clothing, because as you know, in London there is rainy weather, so it's better to pack something that will shield you from the rain. For example, if you're going in winter time, just like me, I went in January, I took my jacket that is waterproof. Also, I took my hiking shoes, because you will walk a lot in London, even if you're avoiding as much walking as you want to. Then toiletries. Of course, as you know, 100 milliliter per liquid. And the best is to just pick travel-sized items. You can buy it in stores already. The one thing I will assure you you will need is an adapter, okay? In the UK they have this weird, I don't know, I will put it here somewhere, okay? I bought an adapter for I think €6, and it had multiple countries, so like UK, Japan, I think USA also, and European, the normal one, you know. So I will suggest you buy it beforehand, because I don't know if you will have much time to buy it at different places. I know at the airport it's very expensive, so don't buy any stuff at the airport, okay? I took an adapter for like multiple countries and it helped me out a lot. The hotel did have the USB plug-in in the wall next to the outlet, but I did have to charge multiple things at once, so it was nice to have the adapter with me. Also, you can buy it in like small souvenir shops around London and at the airport, but I would not suggest buying it at the airport because it's very expensive. even at the shops, it's fine. You know, I bought it for 6 euros here where I'm living, so I would say the prices are like the same, because I saw at a souvenir shop it cost like 6 or 7 pounds, which is like almost the same, like 1 or 2 euros more, but still, like, don't buy it at the airport, because at the airport I saw like the smallest amount that you could buy was like 10 pounds for an adapter. It's like insane. Check the weather beforehand, check it a couple times, 1 week before when you're packing, then a couple of days before your actual flight, and then on the day that you're flying, check it again, because I assure you the weather is changing, and it's changing. So, but mostly in London it's gonna be a rainy weather, okay? There are sunny days. I had the immense luck that on Friday and on Saturday it was so sunny outside, so it was just great. But then on Sunday it began to rain like after 1 p.m. So, you know, transportation. Okay, I'm gonna talk about my experience. I didn't go with the tube or the subway or whatever the hell do you call it, but we had the luck that our hotel was 10 minutes away from the hop-on hop-off buses. We went there by foot. It took like 10 minutes, and then we literally just took the hop-on hop-off bus around the city. And when we went outside, you know, we didn't need much of the tube. And also for my dad it was a little bit of a struggle going down the stairs and up the stairs every time, and I didn't see a single elevator, so I don't know if I was just looking wrong, or I don't know. I did have the Oyster card with me that my friend lent me, and I would advise you to either get an Oyster card or get a card that you can pay with. You can also play with like Apple Pay or Google Pay or contactless payments. It's literally cheaper for you to go with the Oyster card or with the contactless payment than with cash. If you buy single tickets, it will cost you 2 times more than if you buy with the Oyster card or with the contactless payment. Airport transfer. The train that was going to the city is like twice as much than the bus, but the bus is literally so unreliable. On Friday, we arrived at the airport, and then we went to look for the bus because I paid online for the tickets. Then we found the bus station that would take us like, I think it was like 15 minutes from our hotel, which was nice because we literally just went straight and then we were at our hotel. The bus was nice. It was cheaper than the train. I think it's Stansted Express. But I will tell you, on our way back on Sunday, we were there like half an hour before our bus was meant to leave, and it already had an hour-long delay, which was terrible because we also met people that spoke our language, and they were like, we have already been waiting for an hour and it didn't come. And I was like, damn, I won't be waiting an hour here. It was raining, it was cold. I'm just telling you, I wouldn't be waiting 1 hour. So we waited like half an hour to 40 minutes, I think it was. And then we were like, you know what? We can't wait no more. We're gonna miss our check-in. So I was like, you know what? Let me call a Bolt and let's get there with the Bolt. I don't care if it's more, like, we need to get there because then we need to rebook our flight and it's gonna be more expensive than the fucking transfer there. So what we did is we called a Bolt. It arrived. We were there just in time. Literally, just the time the bus was supposed to arrive. We arrived there. We had enough time. We had 2 hours left for the check-in, so it was great. I think I paid 80 pounds, which was like 90 euros, something like that. But I wrote the company. So fortunate that I got a refund, because I was like, I can't do anything with this ticket anymore. Like, what am I supposed to do? I lost 40 pounds just because the bus didn't come. Have a little money on the side, so if stuff like this happens, you can just take that and go to the airport, you know. Next thing I research is money. Their currency is the British pound, and I mostly pay by card, so I researched if there are any charges when I use my card, which I would advise you to look up if you're going in other countries where they don't have the same bank as you have in your country. I mostly paid by card, which is a debit card, and first I looked up online if I need to look out for any charges or anything like that when I pay in London, and fortunately no, so that was nice. Because I will tell you one thing, the advice I wish somebody would have told me was like, don't exchange your currency at the airport. You're gonna fucking regret it, okay? I exchanged 100 euros and got 60 pounds. Are you fucking crazy? Are you fucking crazy? I was like, wait a minute. I thought it was like 80 pounds for 100 euros, because in my bank it says the currency changer that if you want to exchange the money from euro to pounds, it would be like 80 pounds for 100 euros. And I told him that, and like, no, we have different rates. And I'm like, okay. I was like, you know what, we were in the middle of doing it anyway, so I was like, you know what, this is the last time I'm doing this. I'm not gonna do this anymore, because first, I mostly paid by card. Second, I didn't even need that much cash on me, so basically if I wanted to exchange it back, I won't get that much money. If you want to exchange, I tell you, in London there are better rates in the city than at the airport, so don't exchange your money at the airport. I booked my stay in London with booking.com, which is not sponsored in any way. I wish. But I booked with them. I book with them all the time. They also have some cheap stays. You can filter where you want to stay, which part of the town, which attraction is in the location or something like that. And I really got a great deal for a Hilton hotel. I paid about 200 euros for 2 people, 2 nights, and with breakfast. So that was really nice, and it was also in a nice location. Like I said, we only walked about 10 minutes to the hop on hop off bus. I also suggest booking 2 weeks prior. Reason for that is because I looked at the prices. I was looking like for 2 months, the cheapest the prices were was like 5 to 6 weeks before, then 1 to 2 weeks prior to our flight was the cheapest hotel that I could book. If you're going for a short trip like me, I suggest buying a hop-on hop-off ticket for the buses, and there have multiple sightseeing hop-on hop-off buses. I took the big bus because they had a really good deal. Pay for the bus and the river cruise in one, and then it's like cheaper, so I took the big bus. And then we also went to the river cruise, which was also nice. And also you can save money with the hop on hop off bus. It takes you like literally to every site you need to see. Buckingham Palace, the Big Ben, and London Eye, Piccadilly Street, like multiple places. It has different lines, like blue line, the red line, and I think the green line. And one of them is like 2 hours, 3 hours, and 3.5, I think. So it's actually a really good price for 2 days, 50 pounds. I mean, You will save so much money on the transport with the tube and stuff like that. Dining and food. The next thing we need to talk about is how expensive dining out and eating out is. We went to a restaurant for fish and chips in a fairly good location, I would say, but the prices were still a little bit high. So we also went to Tesco and bought some groceries for like dinner or snacks and stuff like that we could take with ourselves in the backpack and stuff like that. The last thing we're gonna talk about is time management. London's traffic can be a little bit too much sometimes. On Sunday it was terrible because of the rain, I think it might have been. Plan at least 30 minutes buffer time for important events that you want to go to. For example, if you have to go to the airport on time, plan 30 minutes at least for the buffer time, so you don't end up like me waiting on a bus which was not coming, then we had to take the Bolt. So yeah, it's better to plan 30 minutes beforehand, and then you don't have to rush. If something happens, you still have time, and if you're there, just go for a coffee, for a drink or something like that, read a book. That was it. And if you have any tips for me, leave it down in the comment section below, because I'll be sure visiting again. Also let me know if any of these tips have helped you prepare for your trip with a thumbs up. Subscribe for more content like this, and I will see you next time. Bye!